Good afternoon, everybody. I hope we've got one or two watching. I don't know if we have, but yeah, I hope so. Yeah, I made a bit of a cock up last week with the live videos. Started them off on my iPad, and yeah, it didn't seem to work very well. Hi, Tom. How you doing, mate? Hope you're okay. Hiya, Jason. How's it hanging, mate? Good afternoon. PJ. Yeah. I hope everybody's okay. I don't know what the weather's like or where you're watching from, but it's kind of all right here. The sun was shining lovely this morning, and now it's turned a bit overcast. So it's not absolutely fantastic. Anyway, I've had the higher Terminator coming through loud and clear. That's nice. Yeah, we've had the builders in again this week. I'm not telling you what they've had done because I am making a video about it. Hang on, let me move that. Put that there. I'm making a video about it, so I am going to keep it as a bit of a surprise. But yeah, it's been a busy week again. What's that? Hot here in Lancashire. Yeah, it's not cold. The weather's warm enough, but it is definitely overcast. It's not bright and sunny. It's not sit outside with your t-shirt on weather. So yeah, it's not absolutely super duper. But yeah, we're getting there. How am I today? I'm fine, mate. Absolutely fine. To be honest, I've been having a bit of problems with hay fever over the last few days. I had really itchy eyes and runny nose, hence the bog roll. So if you see me blowing my nose in the middle of the show, just please excuse me because the hay fever's getting the better of me. So who's going crazy with the kids on holiday? It just seems, look at my hair, it's attacking me. It just seems that I have a house full of grandkids at the moment, and it's absolutely bloody crackers. So every day they're turning up. Mrs. PJ's bought one of those big, deep paddling pools that's about 2.5 foot deep, and they love playing in it, but God, they do make a bloody row, I'll tell you. It makes you glad that our kids are growing up and gets you a bit pissed off that they're always round here with their kids. I've done my bit with kids. Let's have a look. What's this say? Nice and sunny down here on the south coast, but with a nice breeze last week and a massive thunderstorm unexpectedly. Yeah, I did read that there'd been some storms about. We didn't have any thunderstorms or anything here, but the weather wasn't too bad. Hang on a minute, let me just get a can. You know what it is? Pepsi Max. That's a big heavy case with my drone falling over. So how you doing? Good to see you back on your feet. I've not really been off my feet. I've just had so much on. It's been absolutely bloody crackers, mate. Absolutely bloody crackers. So They're more towards London, Eastbourne, and where I'm from in Southampton. Well, next weekend I'm off down to South London. Unfortunately, my uncle's passed away, and it was either 92 or 93, 92 I think, and that leaves me, as you may have seen in one of my previous videos, leaves me as the oldest one in the family. So I don't know, is that good or is that is that bad? It was nice when I was like in the middle, but yeah, it leaves me as the oldest one. Now, I am looking forward to going and visiting in South London. Where is it she lives? Well, my uncle lived in Red Hill, and she lives just the other side of the M25 from Red Hill. And we're going to go and stop at the travel lodge for Gamston Airport. I've stopped there 2 or 3 times. It's quite a nice travel lodge, actually. And it's got a massive car park, so parking shouldn't be a problem, hopefully, fingers crossed. We're going to travel down Thursday morning. The funeral's on the Friday. And I definitely don't want to travel back Friday in all the rush hour traffic on Friday, so we're coming back Saturday morning. The kids are having the dogs for us while we go. And like I say, it is going to be a bit sad to to go to a funeral, but yeah, it's going to be nice to see all my relatives, my 2 cousins that live down there, all their kids and all their grandkids. It's going to be great. I don't get to see them as much as I would like to because obviously it's a long way away. Somebody says he's an idiot. You're an idiot. Nice one, mate. I wouldn't come on here and call myself an idiot, though. Surely you can find something better to do. But, yeah, I don't know. What's going on here and calling yourself an idiot? Greetings from Sale, Victoria, Australia. Oh, wow. People all over the world are watching. It just goes to show you, doesn't it? Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of the family down there. Like I say, I don't see them as much as I'd like to because it's getting them for 200 miles in each direction. It's just a shame that it's going down for a funeral. Now, I did speak to my cousin a couple of months ago about coming down to see my Uncle Jim, but she said, to be honest, as much as I'd like to see you, it's not really worth your while coming down because he's got dementia and he wouldn't know who you are and all that kind of stuff. And like I say, I've been absolutely mega busy, so it has been postponed and postponed. But now, obviously, because of the funeral, I do have to go down. We are planning another trip to Egypt end of September, so we'll be off there, and then we're going to go again in January, end of January, beginning of February, and hopefully miss all the cold weather here in the UK. What's this? How are you? I'm a 21-year-old lad. I feel like I care so much about what people think about me, and it's to the point where I even overthink how I walk. Great video about the art of not giving a fuck. Honestly, mate, there's do you know when you're young Everything matters to you. Everything is important. I might as well talk about this while we're on about it. Everything's important to you. Your football team, if you support football, where you live, your job, what people think of you, and all that kind of stuff. And the older you get, the less you realize, or the more you realize that these things just aren't important. What's important is you and doing what you want to do, not what people want you to do, not what people expect of you. Just get out there and have fun and enjoy your life. You've got one. You've got one life, mate. Live it for yourself. Don't live it for other people. Get out there, think about yourself. And my favourite expression is dillygaff. It do I look like I give a fuck? And to be honest, I've been a bit like that most of my life. I've always, since coming out of the army, I've more or less always worked for myself. In fact, I have always worked for myself. And that's because, how can I put it? I had enough of being told what to do when I was in the army, and just did things myself. And it does take courage. It does take balls to. I'll just put that away. It does take balls to say to yourself, I'm not going to walk this heavily beaten track. I'm gonna find my own path in life. Uh, and Harley, that's what you got to do, mate. You've got to say to yourself, what do I enjoy doing? What do I want to do? And go down that road. Okay, you're probably working or you're in education. You may not particularly enjoy what you do, but it's a means to an end. And hopefully, as you start to get older, you will realize that, yeah, I'm not sure if this is right for me. Okay, you may enjoy it, you may really enjoy it. Great, hopefully you do. But there's nothing worse than getting out of bed and thinking, oh, fucking hell, have I got to go back to that place again? Have I got to go back to that work? And I hate it. I hate my job. I hate what I'm doing. It's horrible. And I really have to force myself to get out my pit and go. So find something that you enjoy. Find something you want to do. Get yourself a side hustle or something like that. Start a YouTube channel. Do anything to get you out of that rut. I mean, I'm 70 in, what's today's date? 17th, in just over 3 weeks. And the only reason I make YouTube videos is not because I need the money, because I don't. I do it because I enjoy it. And I mean, when I was auditing, I'm making good money, real good money out of auditing. And now I'm making next to no, but excuse me, I don't care. I do it because I enjoy making the videos. I enjoy actually making the videos, and I enjoy editing them. And I'm finding more joy in editing videos now I'm not auditing than when I was doing it before. I try and think to myself, now then, what can I do to make this video more interesting? How can I make it more appealing to people? Even if not a lot of people watch. So find something that you enjoy doing, find something that you love, and go down that road. Look what other people are doing. And I've just said, I know, don't go down that beaten path. Find your own path. But look what other people are doing, and perhaps do a variation on it. And I don't mean just work. I mean in life. Do what you want to do, mate. What's this? I've always had the piss taken out of me. Maybe it's in my own head, but I think everyone's got their eyes on me and they're judging my every move. And I think I'm very ugly. I got told that a lot by people. Yeah, right. There's two types of beauty, mate. There's a beauty inside and a beauty outside. I mean, I can't see your picture. I can see a very small one like that on my screen. And I don't know. I don't know if you're ugly or not. I mean, fucking hell. You think I'm the best looking person on the planet? I'm not. I look like I've been whacked by the ugly stick quite a few times. And I probably, I probably have. But it don't matter what other people think of you. It's what you think of you. That's what matters, mate. It's it's self-respect. And people say to me, "You don't drink?" You know, nah. Well, I said no. I'll have the odd pint. I had a couple of beers when I was in Spain, but nah, it doesn't do out for me. I don't do drugs. I've got too much self-respect to put that kind of poison in my body. The only drug I do is, well, I do vape a bit, and caffeine. It used to be caffeine and adrenaline, but I'm a bit I'm a bit too old for adrenaline now. My days of jumping out of aeroplanes and shit like that are always are well over and done with, I think. But I do like my car and I do like to drive, and even though I don't put it on YouTube a lot, I do kind of push things a little bit. Not so much going fast in a straight line, but uh, I do like whipping round, some of these nice tight twisty roads and things like that. And it does give me a buzz, I must admit. Uh, what does that prove? It proves I'm not dead. It proves that there are still things in life that I enjoy. And don't get me wrong, I've still got ambitions. I've still got things I want to do. I've not got a silly bucket list, um, but I do look forward to, or I do make plans to do things. So, you know, I think it's because I got bullied in high school. It's shook me. I'm from a very small town, and people know me as a guy who was bullied relentlessly. Um, you know, uh, I'd say bullies are cowards, but not all bullies are cowards. But I mean, you're 21 now, mate. You're a man. When I was 21, I went in the army at 15. When I was 20, and you're 21 now. That's 6 years older than I was when I went in the army. And in the boys' service, when I went in, there was a lot of bullying, and I mean a hell of a lot of bullying. Um, I suppose I was lucky. I was the type of bloke that wouldn't take it, because I thought, I'm not having you putting your shit on me. And I used to say to him, kick the shit out of me, mate. Do what you like, but I know where you fucking sleep. You know. And if you do, don't be surprised if at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning I'm in the room beating shit out your head with a broomstick, or something like that. Sleep with one eye open. If you do it to me, sleep with one eye open. And I fucking meant it, and they knew I meant it, because I did it. So, you know, and it's hard being bullied. I suppose mental bullying, like on the internet and all that kind of shit, is worse than physical bullying. At least with physical bullying, you can stand up and fight back. And sometimes, if somebody's a bully and you give him a good smack in the mouth, or as it Mike Tyson says, don't matter how hard you think you are, or something like that. As soon as somebody smacks you in the fucking face, you realise that, yeah, this is getting serious. So even if they beat the crap out of you, mate, wait while they're not looking, sneak up behind them and give them a good fucking hiding. I didn't say that, I'm only joking. No, I'm not. But yeah, you will, as you get older, you will learn to stand up for yourself. Am I still in touch with DJ? I am. I haven't spoke to him for a few days, probably a couple of weeks or so now. But like I say, I've had builders and I've still got scaffolding and shit outside the house. They're taking that down Wednesday, and then they're taking it down Tuesday, and then I've got builders coming Wednesday, and they're going to be here for about a week now. Like I say, I'm going to this funeral, so that's on my daughters to make sure everything's going all right while they're doing the work. But they've done some work for me before, and they're really, really good lads. So, I'm not particularly worried. Yeah. Hiya, Mark. How's it hanging, mate? If it's out like me, short shrivel to the right. I don't know. Yeah, so like I say, I'm off down south this weekend, and then I don't know what we're going to do. We've just had a week in Filey. Mrs. PJ is planning on. We've got one of these voucher things, so for a trip down to London. So we might nip down to London in the near future and spend 2 or 3 days there. The hotel's all included and everything. So we might nip down to London. Then, like I say, we're off to Egypt. So we're going to have 2 or 3 weeks in Egypt. And then it's big fat fucker coming down the chimney. And then, I'd like to go for Christmas, but obviously Mrs. PJ with the grandkids and everything else says no. And so that's not going to happen, but we're free. Hang on a minute, I'm writing on a bit of paper here. We're free from the 8th to the 27th of December, so we might go then. And then we've got 7 weeks from 2nd of January to 20th of February, so we might go for 5 or 6 weeks then. And we've only got to come back because it's one at grandkid's birthday. And then we've got 9 weeks where we're free with no birthdays and thing up to 1st of May. So I'm determined, because it's been a quiet year for getting away to Egypt this year. I'm determined that next year I'm going to get some sunshine in and get quite a bit of time in Egypt. Would you classify yourself as a successful businessman? I'm broke right now, working a dead-end job. What advice would you give me to someone stuck in a dead-end job, cycle who wants to start a business? Start as a side hustle, mate. Find something that you can do. Whether you make something or you start selling all your shit on eBay and Amazon and stuff like that. Just find something that you can do as a side job. Cut your overheads down as much as you can. I know if you broke, you probably have done already. But what I would suggest is find yourself a bit of a side hustle if you can. You said you're in a dead end job. You've not said whether you're married, you've got kids, how old you are, or anything like that. If you smoke and drink, I know it's painful and it's not easy, but don't drink, don't smoke. Find something to put your money in. To be honest, I've started dealing in shares through Trading 212, and I'm not saying a fantastic amount of money in there. I've put a reasonable amount of money in. And then when that idiot got elected in America, that Trump fellow, I knew what were coming. So I withdrew it all. And about 2 days after I withdrew it all, my stocks went like that straight off the cliff. And then I waited about a month and went back in. And I think I've made, I think it's about 26% return on my stocks and shares in 3 months. What do you get if you put it in bank? You get bugger all. And to be honest, I started when money was a bit tight. Just start with, £20 a week or whatever you can afford. Start by putting a bit of money in there and see what you can do. I've done all sorts, mate. I've done all sorts. I've done taxi driving. I've done pizza delivery. You name it, I've done it. I've done all sorts of things. Absolutely anything. Well, almost. I never had a job as a rent boy, but I did try all sorts of things to earn money as a side hustle. I mean, when I started my driving school up, it was a side job until I started earning enough money, and then I started doing it full time. So what's this? It baffles me when I walk around areas with dead nice houses, and I always wonder how these people manage to live in those nice houses with nice cars. It's a mirage, mate. It's a mirage. Like I say, I'm not particularly short of money, but our house is a 2-bedroom terraced house. I've never ever, until I bought the TT, spent a lot of money on cars. I'd buy a car that was 5 or 6 years old, and I'd run it until MOT were due on it, and I took it to garage, and lads in garage have said, "Get rid of it, mate. It's scrap now." And I bought myself another one for a couple of grand, and and scrapped the one I've got rid of. And I mean, I've had some of these cars 7 and 8 years. So all this that you see with these people with big fancy houses and big fancy cars is they're up to the bollocks in debt, mate. The wages come in, and they pay the mortgage, they pay the car finance, they pay this, they pay that, and by the time they've done, they're eating bread and jam. They go on holiday, it's on credit card. They've got that much debt. It's unreal. And this is what I was saying in one of my videos about freedom. Free of debt, free of worries. I don't have to worry about anything. And apart from going to Egypt, or going somewhere, we're pretty frugal about what we do. I buy the odd camera and things like that, but that pays for itself, with my YouTube videos. And I can't do reviews on stuff if I ain't bloody got it. So, so if DJI or Insta360 or any of those other companies are watching and you want to send me some samples, yes, please. But live frugally. That's what we do. I've just looked at flights for Egypt, and if we go, it don't matter how long we go for. It don't matter if we go for a week or if we go for a month. It costs us the same. And return flights are going to cost just over 500 quid. Now, we don't have to pay for bloody hay fever. Don't have to pay for suitcases and stuff because all our stuff's over there. So all we do is we take hand luggage. It goes in the locker above, and that's it. I mean, we went for a month last year, and all the time we were out there, and we were eating out in restaurants. I mean, all right, I did a bit of cooking in the apartment, but I don't go on holiday to cook. We're eating in restaurants and things like this, and we're eating down on the marina a lot of the time, where it is comparatively expensive, on Egyptian standards. And we spent 500 quid in 4 weeks. I spend more than that here shopping. Mrs. PJ spends more than that on shopping here, and then we've still got to cook it all, and and everything else. Whereas there, you sit down, you order yourself a drink, you order yourself a meal, and that's it. Off you go. And I know all the staff at all these places, so it's not like we're stuck for somebody to talk to or have a chat with. We know a lot of the customers that go there, and it's a nice, friendly atmosphere and beautiful scenery, massive, big millionaires' yachts and all that kind of shit. So, you know. So you're saying I should invest for the long term? Well, that's what you're doing, mate. Everything that you do now is an investment for when you get older, isn't it? I mean, you're going to work now. If you save money or you're paying into a pension where you work or whatever, that's an investment for your future. The main thing is you give up time and effort for money. And then you have to decide what you're going to do with that money. You've got to decide whether you go and buy a big house and a big car and get up to your neck in debt, or you try and live frugally, save that money and invest in your future. It's entirely up to you. Hang on a minute, I'm just going to have a suck of this, and I'm going to do it off screen because I don't think YouTube and Facebook are completely happy about it. Hang on. There you go, the nicotine. So, what is it? How's it a mirage? What do you mean, how's it a mirage? Of course it's a mirage. Like I said, these people are up to the neck in debt. It's all show, show, show. Look at me, look what I've got. I'm going here on holiday, I'm going there on holiday. I've just bought a brand new Tesla. I've just bought a brand new massive 5-bedroom house, etc., etc. Do they need all that shit? No, of course they don't. And then at the end of the month, they're thinking to themselves, "We're skint. What we're going to do? How we're going to last these last few days? We've got no money in the bank and next to no snap in the fridge." So it's just an illusion, and it's illusion to show people, a false front. That's what it is, mate. That's what it is. So, hiya, Kim. How are you? When am I doing another audit? I don't know. I am going to have to talk to DJ about it. It keeps saying, let's get out, let's get out. And we will do in the near future. It's just that he's extremely busy. He's extremely busy. And I've been extremely busy. And like I say, we're trotting off in a bit. So, but we'll sort it. May as well get spending now. I'm 70 and live it up. What do you think I'm doing, mate? Like I say, I did this video about freedom from worries, freedom from cares. Like I say, Dillygraph. I don't give a shit what people think about me. These people write comments in some of my videos that are, to be honest, they're appalling comments. They do it because the boneless, spineless idiots that have really sad lives and they have nothing better to do than sit there and be a keyboard warrior. I'm just putting, there's some flies, a couple of flies knocking them out, so I'm just covering my can of Coke up because there's no worse than having a drink of your Coke and there's a fly swimming around in it doing the backstroke. So Yeah, they're mostly just spineless idiots, mate. You know, when I go out with Mrs. PJ, if we go anywhere like when we're at Filey or if we go to Cleethorpes or even walking around in town, people come up and say, "Oh, I watch your videos" and all the rest. And everybody says, how you doing? And, we enjoy your videos. I've never, ever had once that's come up to me and said, I've watched your videos and I think you're a wanker. Never. They hide behind the keyboard and do it. Oh, he doesn't know who I am, so I'm going to make all these comments slagging him off. Some people think that a paedophile is somebody that videos industrial estates. And that's what they call me because I video industrial estates. I think they need to get a dictionary and, find out the definition of a female, of what a pedo is. I've had people emailing me, vile emails. I like them the best when they do that because it's not going on the internet. I can't half lay into them. I had one email me giving me some grief, and by the time he's done, he's going, "You're bullying me." I didn't start it. You started it, not me. So, thoughts on footballer wages and high wage jobs in general? Do you know how higher based on attractiveness? Ha ha ha. Um, I would never hire on attractiveness, mate. I'd hire on, and I have had quite a few people um, working for me in the past. I always hired on the ability to do the job. Thoughts on footballers' wages? Dillygaff, mate. Yeah, don't matter to me. They don't pay them what they want. If they're on millions, they're on millions. If they're on pennies, they're on pennies. I've no interest in football and I've no interest in what everybody else earns. I'm interested in me. That's my concern. And this is what I'm saying to you. You've got to get rid of this mentality of other people this and other people that and think me, or me and my family, me and Mrs. PJ, me and the kids, you know. Um, so that's what you got to think about. Budget for the week shop is about £40. Totally agree. Have a nice holiday and treat the kids because we save for years at a time and don't spend money going out on ourselves or drink. The kids having a nice childhood. It's more important. I'll be honest. Over the last year or so, I've spent a fortune on kids. Um, Helped them out a lot. I mean, I got next to no help when I was a kid. Um, I mean, my mother, not so much my dad, but my mother was a narcissistic bully. I'd been away for 5 years uh, while I was in the army, not been home. No, I got home and I walked through the door. My mother says, "What are you doing here?" No, well, I am, son. It's wonderful to see you after all these years. It's like, what are you doing here? So, that's the kind of childhood I had. Um, I desperately needed some money once. I needed 1,500 quid, uh, desperately, and I went to my mum and dad, and they told me to fuck off, and they weren't short. They weren't short of money at all. So, it's been tooth and nail, and me and Mrs. PJ have worked bloody hard all our lives, and now we're going to enjoy it. So, have I heard from him? Like I say, I know he's been really, really busy, really busy. Um, I don't know. I didn't know he'd not been putting any videos on, to be honest. But yeah. We live in works up, have a decent house, work our asses off, but don't buy things we don't need just because someone else has. So we don't build up credit card and loan debts. And that's the way to do it, Mark. It really is, you know. Keep yourself as debt free as you can. And, you know, I mean, there's all this thing on now, isn't there? Have you bought a car and have you've been ripped off and you can claim some money back and all the rest of it. And to be honest, if you buy something that costs 10 grand on credit, by the time you've done, you've paid 15 for it or even more. Just think what you could have done with that 5 grand. You know, why do you need a 10 or a 15 grand car? Buy one that's, you know, a quarter of the price. Like I used to, I spent 1,500, 2 grand on a car and run it to death till there was nothing left, till it was dead. And that used to cost me a bit in repairs occasionally. But that money I spent on repairs is nowhere near what it cost me to buy an expensive car. All right, when I'd got the driving school, I had to have new cars. Some of them change them every year, but I didn't used to. I used to change mine every 2 or 3 years. You lose all your value in your first year. So, like I say, I used to hang on to mine for 2 or 3 years and then swap it. So that's the way I used to do it. And I used to buy them outright if I could. Here's a fallacy: with age comes wisdom. I suppose you're right. Yeah, I would say more like with age comes experience. I wouldn't say I was wise. I'd say I'm experienced. Don't get me wrong. I still make cock ups, and I still make some right cock ups, and you know, and I think most people do, no matter what age you are. But you learn to figure out who you can and you can't trust, and usually what's a good deal and what's not a good deal, and what to do and what not to do. But that's definitely experience. I wouldn't say I was wise though. Definitely not. That's just your audit videos are great. Some brainless donuts out there. Being an arse and go on YouTube is a great advert for the company they work for. Well, what can I say? You know, um, they're. Excuse me a sec. Hay fever. They're defending something that's not theirs, really. They're sticking their neck out for, you know, the corporate. They're sticking the neck out for the directors. Um, if you're just a fork truck driver, what have you got to gain by going out and telling somebody that they can't video? Just get on with your job, you know. Um, and then to walk up to you, they'll walk 50 or 100 yards or drive 50 or 100 yards if they're on a fork truck, jump off, walk up to you, and then say, "Don't stick that camera in my face." Right? Okay. You've just travelled all the way over here to stick your face in my camera, not the other way around, mate. There's a fence here, you know, or there's a barrier here. And they are donuts. They're defending property of people don't give a shit about them. To be fair, the management don't give a shit about them. You're just a number. But they stood there. You can't do this and you can't do that. To be honest, I can't understand it. It is entertaining, right? Get yourself a DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Now, I'm not bothered, mate. They're too fragile for me. I like my. I have gone from GoPro, to be honest. I had a lot of problems with GoPro, kept stopped working and all that. I've got two here. I've got a GoPro 11 and a GoPro 13. I get no a GoPro 12 and a GoPro 13. My GoPro 11, I give it to my friend in Egypt that does the videos that makes that goes diving with sharks. So I give it him because his GoPro packed in, and they don't earn a lot of money there. So yeah, mate, you can have this. No, I'm not giving any more away before you ask. But I've gone on to the DJI stuff. Where have I put it? I've got the mic mini. I've got the Osmo 360 in there. I've got the Action 5. That's a cracking camera. That is. It's better than the GoPro any day of the week. Sorry, GoPro. And then I've got my Insta360 X5. I tell you what I have got though that is really good. Where is it? It's on here somewhere. It's buried behind my laptop, I think. Yeah, here we are. I bought the Insta360 GPS control unit with a furry head on it, a mic on it as well. And about the DJI stuff, when I bought the Osmo Action, I got 3 batteries with it, and I got three batteries with the Action 5. So I've got 6 batteries now. So yeah, but the Pocket 3 is too fragile for me, mate. Does my son still have the PJ car? No. I don't know if you saw the video, but he does work as a mental health nurse at Rampton Secure Hospital, and he was coming back one night, and the deer ran out, and both lost the car, and the deer lost. The deer was dead, and the front of the car was all smashed up, and the insurance company wouldn't repair it. Why didn't chuck the deer in the boot of the car and drop it off at the local butcher's? I don't know, but there you go. So no, he doesn't have the PJ car anymore. How am I? I'm absolutely fantastic, Jay. Doing really well, mate. Really well. So yeah. Anyway, we've not done bad. It's telling me I'm not. Oh, it's where am I? Thinking October. It's telling me I've not ejected a disc properly, but never mind. Anyway, unless anybody else have got any more questions, I think I'm about done for the minute, and I will try and do another live stream next week. And sorry for the absolute cock up of last week, but yeah, it was my fault. Tried to do everything on my iPad instead of doing it on my Mac. But there you go. Can't do everything. So there you go. Best regards to you too, mate. So yeah, I am going to bugger off. I'm going to finish my Pepsi, and I'll see there. I'll see there in the next. Oh, hang on a minute. If you enjoyed this video, please give a thumbs up. Please share. Please subscribe, and I'll see there in the next one. Bye bye. What's that? Why did you name your dog after a Viking? I don't know, really. The name just sounded good. Ragnar. Yes, I'm going to enjoy Egypt, Polly. Don't worry. That's what we're going to do. It'll be It'll be a chill out session. So I'm just going to flick through these, say goodbye to everybody. Enjoy Egypt. Bye, everybody. Right. So I'm going to get off and I will see you in the next one. Bye, everybody. See you soon. I've got to figure out how to do this now. End broadcast. And then it says end broadcast again. DJI, great. Got a new, had it a year or so. And a great saving for more Mini Pro. There you go.